If a diode is about permission, a transistor is about control. Hi guys, welcome to BrainCraft X. In this video, we are going to talk about the working principles of transistors. With the help of powerful illustrations, animations, and a live practical, let's get the going started. What is a transistor? A transistor is an electronic device made from semiconductor material that is used to control the flow of electrical current. A transistor allows you to use a small signal to control a much larger one, which is a very powerful idea. Imagine a large water tank connected to a pipe. Now, instead of opening the main valve manually, you install a system where a small lever controls the big valve. So, small movement controls large water flow. That's a transistor. Translate to electronics, small current at the base. Controls large current from collector to emitter. This is what makes automation possible. A transistor has three parts. Base gives control for input. Collector gives main current source. Emitter gives output. When a small current enters the base, it allows a larger current to flow through the device. Not because it creates energy, but because it controls access to it. Let's say you're speaking into a microphone. Your voice is too small to drive a speaker. So, what does the transistor do? It takes that small signal and uses it to control a larger power source. Your voice becomes loud enough to hear. Important insight: the transistor doesn't create the sound. It enables power to be used effectively. In computers, transistors act as tiny switches. On, off, billions of times per second. Each one represents simple decisions, but together they create software, apps, videos, and everything you interact with daily. So now, instead of memorizing definitions, let's practicalize what we just explained.
Here are the main materials we will need for our project. A 3.5 volt lithium-ion battery, some glue, a resistor for our base current, an LED, and this guy over here, which is our NPN transistor. Now, if you look closely, there is a small code we can use to find the data sheet online. This is the data sheet of my NPN transistor. Okay, let's not go too far on that. Now, to create our circuits, we are going to be needing some wires and a piece of PVC. Let's connect some wires to our transistor. We are not going to be using soldering iron, so we have to be very careful. This first wire goes to our collector pin. Done. So next we mount our emitter wire using the same process. We successfully connected our emitter and collector wire. Now we have to connect the base wire. The base had been explained earlier in this video. It is just like a gate. After the successful installation of the base wire, we should make sure the wires are firm by using a plier to bend all the legs to stock the wire. Okay, this is when the PVC becomes very useful. We are going to mount almost all our electric circuits on this PVC. Put a drop of glue on the position for our transistor, and then fix and hold transistor for few seconds. Next is to mount our resistor for the base pin. I don't know the resistance of this particular resistor, but what I know for sure is it is enough to properly power the base pin. So we are going to cut our base wire and carefully mount our resistor. We would also need a piece of wire to connect the other end of our resistor to the collector. To make our circuit solid, we are going to stick the wires to the PVC. Let's not forget to do the same to our emitter wire. Completing the circuit, we add our positive wire. So far, This is the result of our small circuit. Let's label our circuit. So here we have negative, and the white wire over here is our positive terminal. Our small circuit can't power something big because of low input voltage. For that cause, we are only going to use the circuit to power our small LED. Let's make our connections. The largest metal plate on our LED goes to the negative. Finally, we are going to supply power to our circuit using this 3.5 volt battery. Connect the positive terminal to red and the negative terminal to black. Our LED turned on only because voltage was supplied to our base pin. So transistors works with a simple principle. Supply voltage to the base and electron can flow from collector to emitter. In one of my projects, I am going to illustrate how transistor principles works in potentiometers.
A diode controls direction. A transistor controls behavior and power. One protects and stabilizes. The other enables control and amplification. If this made things clearer for you, you can like, subscribe, and use the knowledge to build something fantastic. Either way, you're now thinking like an engineer.